My government's approach to our relationship with China is patient, is calibrated and is deliberate. And it is aimed at cooperating wherever we can, disagreeing where we must, but engaging in our national interest.
Hello, it's Will Glasgow, the Australia's North Asia correspondent, coming to you from Beijing, from front of the Great Hall of the People. Now, Prime Minister Albanese is just about to go in for his second round of meetings. He's seeing Premier Li, but he's already had the big one, meeting with President Xi Jinping.
Prime Minister Albanese, welcome to China again, and congratulations again on your re-election. Over the past 3 years, you and I met 3 times. During these meetings, we had in-depth discussions on the strategic, overarching issues critical to the direction of China-Australia relations, and we reached many common understandings.
The Australian Government welcomes progress on cooperation under the China-Australia Free Trade Agreement, which has its 10th anniversary year. As a direct result, trade is now flowing freely to the benefit of both countries and to people and businesses on both sides. And Australia will remain a strong supporter of free and fair trade.
Now, one of the most notable things about that meeting was it ran for almost an hour, and after it, President Xi invited him and the Prime Minister's fiancée for a lunch. Now, that is unusual. It's been a long time since an Australian leader's dined with Xi Jinping. Back in the Turnbull era it last happened. So that's a sign of how much China's trying to make this trip from the Australian Prime Minister go well. Now, we've just been asking the Prime Minister about how it all went, and from the Australian journalists as we went through the questions, it's a reminder that there's still a lot of difficult points in this relationship. The Prime Minister raised the case of Yang Hengjun, no relief there yet. The Prime Minister raised the live PLA drills in the Tasman Sea. The answer from Xi, a bit troubling for Australia.
President Xi said that China engaged in exercises just as Australia engages in exercises. It was within international law. There was no breach of international law by China, but that we were concerned about the notice and the way that it happened, including the live fire exercises.
It's essentially, get used to it. Xi Jinping said China will act like Australia acts and operate its military off Australian waters. So, look, the Prime Minister, though, insists dialogue is better than not dialogue. And Australia's not the only country taking that approach. Today, as the Prime Minister's in here for his meetings, also in the building is Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov, Vladimir Putin's envoy. Now, he's a frequent visitor here. He's in town for a Chinese-led meeting. The Indian Foreign Minister's also here. And it just underlines the point, as they say in international diplomacy, if you're not at the table, you could be on the menu. I think it's one of the takeouts the Prime Minister's trying to bring for us on this trip.
One of the things that we know is that dialogue is a good thing. When I spoke at the Shangri-La Dialogue in Singapore as the lead keynote speaker a few years ago, I spoke about the need for, I think it was 2023, so 2 years ago. I spoke about the need for there to be military-to-military communication between the United States and China, which had broken down. And I spoke in that context as well about the relationship that was there for a long time between the United States and the Soviet Union during the Cold War, and that there was always communication. If you don't have communication, you can have misadventure and misinterpretation as well.
Being here gives Australia the chance to press its national interests. That's what he's saying. We'll find out in the months ahead what some of the agreements maybe made with President Xi and Premier Li were. Anyway, for now, it's Will Glasgow, the Australia's North Asia correspondent, coming to you from Beijing.